And now let's turn to our reporter Wu Guoxiu in Beijing. Well, Guoxiu, what does Beijing anticipate under a Biden presidency?
Mama, this afternoon, China's foreign ministry has expressed congratulations to the inauguration of President Biden. Spokesperson Hua Chunying said after traveling an extraordinary period, China and the U.S. peoples deserve to embrace a better future. She also referred to several points in Biden's inauguration speech.
We congratulate President Biden on his inauguration. I noticed that local media have called it a new day in American history. We hope that he will succeed in national governance. President Biden repeatedly emphasized on unity in his inauguration speech. I think this is also what China-U.S. relations needs now. In the past 4 years, some anti-China politicians in the U.S. have stirred up too many lies and incited hatred and division. Both the Chinese and American people have suffered greatly from such actions. Those in China and the U.S., as well as the international community, are looking forward to getting bilateral ties back on the right track as soon as possible and to solve the urgent challenges facing the world today. Both China and the United States need to show courage and wisdom. They need to listen to each other, face up, and respect each other. This is their responsibility as two major powers, as well as the expectation of the international community. With determination, anything is possible.
Hua said the Trump administration, represented by Pompeo, had laid so many bridges to be rebuilt. But she believes that with joint efforts from both sides, the better angels in China-U.S. relations will surely defeat the evil forces. Facing Biden immediately is the challenge of the fighting of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hua Chunying said since March the 1st last year to January 10th this year, through exports, donations, and other channels, China has provided 42 billion masks, 900 million pairs of gloves, 780 million protective suits, and quite a lot of ventilators. She says China is ready to continue assisting the U.S. as much as it can in fighting the virus. She also said China welcomes Biden's decision that the U.S. will return to cooperation with the World Health Organization and return to the Paris Climate Accord. But she warned that China always stresses that it will follow the spirit of mutual respect, mutual benefit, no conflict, no confrontation, to strengthen cooperation and manage differences. But at the same time, if there is anything to hurt China's national interests, China will take measures to fight back. Mama.
Yeah, some very difficult chapters in bilateral relations under the Trump administration, and now it remains to be seen whether bilateral ties could start afresh under the Biden administration. In the meantime, Guoxiu, Beijing has sanctioned 28 U.S. individuals, including former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, accusing them of violating China's sovereignty. What else has been said on this?
On the early morning of Thursday, China announced the sanctions of 28 U.S. individuals, including Pompeo. On the news conference this afternoon, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying explained the reasons. She said China's sanctions on these U.S. persons are a response to their wrongdoing that undermines China's sovereignty and interferes in international affairs. It's necessary and shows China's firm determination in upholding its national interests. Take a listen.
We must stress that over the past few years, some U.S. politicians have carried out a series of dizzying moves on China-related issues for personal political purposes and out of prejudice towards China. Some of them have severely interfered with China's domestic affairs and interests. They have also hurt the bilateral relations. Beijing has pointed out several times that these anti-China politicians must pay the price for such actions. We hope the new U.S. administration will view China and the bilateral ties from a reasonable and objective perspective. We hope it will proceed bearing in mind the well-beings of the two peoples, meet halfway, and cooperate on the basis of non-confrontation, mutual respect, and win-win outcomes. We hope this will put China-U.S. relations back on the right track.
These individuals and their immediate family members are prohibited from entering the mainland, Hong Kong, and Macau of China. They and companies and institutions associated with them are also restricted from doing business with China. Hua Chunying hopes the new U.S. administration can view China-U.S. relations in a right way and bring bilateral relations back to the right track. Back to you, Mama.
Thanks so much, Guoxiu. That's our Wu Guoxiu for us in Beijing. And